So meron akong in-invite na mga 8 magagaling na specialist resource person who will share their 25 to 30 years experience, how they apply it, how they use it. So Richard, maybe I will introduce one by one para more or less may idea sa kanila what's in it for them when they join this Euphoria. Ano ba yung value na makukuha nila? At ano yung mga specific benefits na pag natututuhan nila in 2 days interacting with these people who have done it and is still doing it sustainably. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Let me start with, ang tawag ko rito, by the word Euphoria, meron siyang sinulat na libro, Enthusiasm Makes the Difference. No other than, kung mga Cebuano kayo, very familiar na kayo daw, is the #1 motivational speaker in the Visayas Mindanao for the past 25 years. Ganun lang naman ang track record niya, ganun lang naman ang reputation niya, ganun lang naman ang kanyang credibility. But just like us, he started as a salesperson from Manulife. And today, he owns the biggest number of fine dining restaurants when you are in Cebu. From Lantau, Moon Cafe, House of Lechon, Thirsty, and many, many others. So, ano sikreto niya? Just that word, enthusiasm makes the difference. Sa Tagalog, ang tawag namin yan, the concept of sigla. Kailangan lagi kang masigasig. Kaya the word enthusiasm, it comes from the word entheos, meaning God within. If God is without, plastic. But if God is within, mas sustainable. So that's Bani Pahes. Sige, number 2. Para may idea kayo. Yung letter U naman ng Euphoria, ang tawag namin, nung una ang tawag ko dito, Andy the Shark. Bakit kilala ho si Andy the Shark? Ito naman, graduate ko, early 1990s pa. Sa Globo. Kung ngayon naririnig niyo yung billions when it comes to sales, 1993 pa lang, 1993 pa lang, bumebenta na yung grupo niya ng billions of sales, sa condominium selling, Global Realty yun. I'm talking of Global Realty. Ang exclusive nila yung sa Metrobank, yung Federal Land. Kung magbenta, kaya ang tawag ito, Andy the Shark, kasi hindi siya nagbebenta ng per unit. Kung magbenta yan, by the floor, by the building, by the hectare. Kaya ang tawag ko sa kanya, unstoppable. So bakit siya unstoppable? Alam mo, 4 na malalaking realty development company na ang na-join niya. From Global Realty, 1993, then from Robinson Land, from Eaton Properties, from Century Properties, name it. He's always #1 when it comes to production and when it comes to performance. Palagi siyang #1. Kaya maraming galit sa kanya yung #2 kasi palagi siyang #1 In the case of ladies, ang mga ladies naman yung galit naman yung #1 sa #2. So anong dahilan? Bakit siya unstoppable? Arrived na siya, di ba? Andun na siya sa summit, di ba? Ano bang sikreto niya? Bakit unstoppable pa rin si Andy? That's why I call him Unstoppable Andy. Kaya nagtayo na siya ng sarili niyang development company para mag-build siya ng sarili niyang mga development. So he's now a developer. He's the chairman, co-founder of Habitas Development Corporation. So mamaya, I will share with you what is inside. Yung, ano ba yung pinakasikreto? Ano ba yung secret ingredients niya? Ang tawag doon, mga core values. Bakit siya unstoppable? So there you are, my good friend, Andy the Shark. I called him unstoppable. Number 3. Sige, yung namang letter P. I'm sure if you're in the real estate industry, kilala niyo itong taong ito. This guy, I met him 1994, 2004 sa New York when we were the first Filipino Cebu-based developer of White's Land who are doing roadshow. And while we were at the New York, Queens, New York, habang nagpipresent kami, di ba, traditional investors meeting, no? Sa International Roadshow. On the other side, may narinig naman akong nagsasalita. At nakita ko talagang masaya yung crowd na yon, sumilip ako. At nung sinilip ko, nakita ko yung taong ito. Tapos ang mga most participants niya are foreigners, no? Of course, mostly Americans. So as usual, after the end of his presentation, kinausap ko siya. Sabi ko, pare, anong negosyo mo? Anong trabaho mo? Taga saan ka? Etc. etc. Sabi niya, I am the International Training Director of 16 countries. Ako yung nagdala ng DXN sa Philippines at saka yung Symmetry. Sabi ko, alam mo, yung galing mo dyan, pag nilagay mo yun sa real estate 10 times, no, mas malaki ang kikitain mo. And of course, nung bumalik siya sa Pilipinas, 2006, and we met up to 2008, no, that's the time he founded yung kanyang organization called Filipino Homes. And today, I'm sure you will agree with me na pag pumunta ka sa any developer nationwide during the quarterly, semi-annually, annual recognition, laging number 1 or number 2 when it comes to production and when it comes to performance. But 2004, nakita ko yung unang office niya. It's a 16 square meter office with only 8 people. Today, he is the biggest realty marketing organization in the country with over 5,000 licensed salesperson and accredited salesperson. So, ano sikreto niya? Bakit tinawag ko siyang phenomenal, no? Bakit siya phenomenal, no? What is inside of him? Bakit ganun yung burning desire niya to achieve? Arrive na siya, no? Talagang na-achieve na niya yung pesos, position, possessions when it comes to real estate. Sabi nga natin, if you want to earn million, you have to sell millions. Pareho naman yung process, no? Iba lang yung primary target market mo. So doon siya nag-focus. That's why nasa kanya yung phenomenal when it comes to growth. So that's Tonton. Dati ko, tawag ko sa kanya, Tonton the Innovator. Bakit? Siya ang kauna-unahang e-pro graduate ng NAR, National Association of Realtors in America. And since may background siya sa training for 16 countries, no? When it comes to network marketing, MLM, yung idea niya noon in building the organization, inadapt niya sa real estate marketing. So walang tatalo when it comes to numbers, no? So that's Tonton Euterio, the phenomenal, yung kanyang growth. Next is this lady, Miss Tinette Cortez. Ito yung tunay na graduate ng Oxford, master's degree. That she was awarded by Oxford University because of her advocacy of changing the image of an OFW. In-upskill niya, re-skill niya. Sabi niya, bakit ba ang mga Pinoy na nagbebenta sa abroad, pag ang kliyente, mga puti, may kulay, matangos ang ilong, meron silang inferiority complex. Diba? Parang meron pa rin silang slave mentality na 300 years under the convent and 50 years under Hollywood. Ano-ano ba yung mga limiting beliefs nila? Bakit hindi sila nakaka-breakthrough? Sabi nga natin, breakthrough. Paano? Bumigay ka na, magladlad ka na, magpakatotoo ka na. So this lady, when Louis Vuitton was searching for a recruitment training consultant for all their branches worldwide, no? Siya ho ang kinuha, Pilipina. Kaya name it, pagka magbabranch in any country, ang tawag ko sa kanya, hyperactive. Bakit? Kasi kumisan, next week, nasa France yan, next week, nasa Canada, next week, nasa Dubai, sa Philippines, Australia, umiikot worldwide, no? Just imagine, no? With this lady. So, you know ang expertise niya. Ipapakita niya yung kanyang tinatawag na world-class service excellence. Meron tayong DNA ang Pilipino when it comes to customer care, no? Yung world-class service excellence, no? So, yun ang expertise niya. Nag-install siya ng corporate culture of sales and service excellence of any organization, small or big, no? Naku-convert niya from president to janitor, lahat sila sales and marketing oriented. I remember when my client was Nippon Life, and I asked them, sabi ko, di ba advanced country na kayo? Bakit marami pa rin kayo sa direct selling? Sabi niya, anong sabi niya? Kasi nung binisita ko yung Nippon Life, when they put up a branch here, ang unang, nasa training ako. So when I introduced myself, sabi ko, I'd like to see your sales training department. Sabi niya, no, we don't have sales training department. Sabi ko, what do you mean? Because everybody here is in sales, no? Totoo naman pag nung talaga nag-branch out dito sila sa Philippines, yung Nippon Life, lahat from the receptionist to the guard hanggang presidente, sales and marketing oriented lahat sila. So na-install niya yung ganong klaseng corporate culture of sales and service excellence. So there you are, Miss Tinette Cortez, the hyperactive Tinette, one of our resource person. Pick up her mind. Bibigyan kayo ng techniques, step-by-step strategies. At sabi nga natin, creation begins with imitation. Diba? You can maximize her and you can capitalize her because of what she has done for the past 20 to 25 years or more. Next. Okay, this lady naman. This lady, ito yung nakakapture ng Japan. Kaya ang tawag ko dito, the Ocean Blue Strategist. Bakit to? Alam mo, bago mo makonquer ang Japan, it took them 5 to 7 years bago sila mapagkatiwalaan. Kasi ang tagal mag-decide ng mga Japanese, di ba? From president hanggang janitor, ikukunis mo, or from janitor to president, dapat ma-convince mo lahat yan. And when they decide, when they make a decision, bansay Nippon. They buy by the building, by the floor. Ganun naman ang Japanese. Pag nakuha mo yung kanilang trust and confidence. So, in-apply niya ho yung librong Ocean Blue Strategist. Yung librong yun, basically, is the niche marketing. Ang concept doon, why would you compete in a red ocean full of shark? In other words, too competitive ang Philippines, no? So what they did, lumabas at naghanap ng country wherein ang tawag doon, Blue Ocean. Doon sila nag-focus, pabalik-balik sila for 5 to 7 years. Today, their company, Grandland of Cebu and Davao, was able to sell more than 12 towers in Davao and Cebu. Ganun lang naman ho bumili ang mga Japanese, no? By the building, by the tower. Of course, nandun pa rin yung mga individual buyers, no? Kasi marami na silang mga partners sa Japan na nag-wholesale, no? Nag-wholesale sa Pilipinas tapos nire-retail sa Japan, no? So, there you are. Ang tawag ko sa kanya is Ocean Blue Strategist, Miss Cristina Pestaño. Next. Felipe Jocano Jr. Siya ho yung anak, only son, ng ating first Filipino cultural anthropologist. Gusto niyang ipagpatuloy o pinapagpatuloy niya yung ginawa ng father niya. You know, when he made a speech for the president, this nation will be great again. Ang sabi ng mga nakinig kay Marcos Sr., have we been great before? Hindi niya ho maidepensa. Ano yung iyong evidences that we have been great before? So alam mo, ang ginawa, kinuha siya ni Dr. Ocano, naging member siya ng PICAS. Ito yung think tank, Presidential Center for Advanced Studies. Pinalabas ho siya para mag-research sa buong libraries all over the world and find out, meron ba tayong sariling civilization? Meron ba tayong ipagmamalaki? That's why nung umuwi siya, after a long research, doon ho na-publish yung libro niya. By the way, he has over 36 books, no? But one of the first book that he published, na lahat ng UP, basta mag-i-enroll ka sa UP, you have to read this book. Ano yung libro yun? The Prehistory of the Philippines, no? Very, very important yon. At doon matitrace mo talaga na meron tayong sariling civilization before with evidences, no? Why I am saying this? Because during our time, when Dr. Ocano was our lecturer, syempre, iba yung generation namin. Gen X kami, no? Eh ngayon, let's face it, these are Gen Y, Gen Z, millennial, post-millennial, or digital native. Eh kami talagang may linya na. Eh kayo, mga millennial pa lang. Eh kami, phillennial pa lang. So ipapagpatuloy niya at i-interpret niya yung concept ng research ni Dr. Ocano. Siya ho yung nag-discuss na we are all in the people business. Diba? At paano mo malalaman ng tao na that you are serving people? One word, may asal. Pag walang asal, hayop yan. At sabi niya, the concept of asal, yan ang sikreto. Yan ang judgment ng Pinoy. Napakausap ka lang ng kliyente mo or prospect, after 5 minutes, i-judge ka. Alam mo, hindi ako bibili kay Richard. Bakit? Masamang asal. Alam mo, i-recommend ko si Richard kasi magandang asal. So, i-describe niya yung concept niya yan. On a millennial phraseology or words para makita natin yung generation gap. The principles are the same, no? But of course, the modern terminology ngayon, iba na ang interpretation. Iba na yung mga language na ginagamit ng current generation. Kung sa Cebuano, i-judge ka. After 5 minutes, i-judge ka. In the concept of maayo, anong tawag doon? Bati og kinaiya or maayo ang kinaiya. Kung medyo samar ka, bati og, di ba? Bati og batasan, maayo ang batasan. Kung ikaw ay mga Ilonggo, i-judge ka with your bati og kabubuton or maayo ang iyong kabubuton. Kung ikaw naman ay Bicolano, you will be judged by your marhay, no? Marhay. At kung ikaw ay Kapampangan, i-judge ka ng iyong pamakyari. At kung ikaw ay Ilocano, sa iyong kadawyan. Kung ikaw naman ay taga Pangasinan, sa iyong panag-ugali. At kung ikaw naman ay taga Marawi, you will be judged by your palangay. At kung ikaw naman ay nasa Tawi-Tawi, Sulu, you will be judged by your palangay. Iba-iba lang yung words, but the same thing, you are judged by your core values. So yung concept of yung asal. So yun, i-dissect niya yan into a modern phraseology na ang sikreto for a sustained relationship. Sabi nga natin, di ba? If you make a sale, you only make profit. If you build relationship, you build the business. That's why yung kanyang famous, iba na ang may pinagsamahan. So kaya para sa mapayapang samahan, ito yung lagi sinasabi niya, para sa mapayapang samahan, huwag na huwag kang magpipinsala ng kapwa. Huwag mong sasaktan ng kanyang damdamin at huwag mong dudungisan ng kanyang dangal. So very powerful ho yan, yung core values na ipipresent niya At pag nakuha mo yon, mas mauunawaan mong mabuti yung kliyente. Because sabi nga natin, selling is universal. Just like eating is universal. But the way we eat, iba ang Western, iba yung Eastern, di ba? Ang Western is structured. The way we eat, anong ginagawa nila? Step by step. Soup, salad, main course, coffee, dessert, di ba? Eh ang Pilipino, kahit anong muna. Kung salad, salad muna. Kung kape, kape muna. Kung main dessert, main. Kung dessert, dessert, di ba? Sabi nga natin, chop suey, no? I-institutionalize na yan para maintindihan mo the system of thinking, believing, feeling, and doing things. No? Para magkakaroon ka ng blueprint kung paano mo may influence yung kliyente to think the way you would want them to think, believe the way you would want them to believe, feel and act like you would want them to feel and act. So there you are, Professor Felipe Jocano Jr. Ang title niya, Reimagining, no? For the word re, nagre-reimagine tayo, nagre-reinvent tayo ng sarili natin, nagre-review, nagre-recap of what we have done before and what we will do in the future. Next, after Jocano, ito naman yung graduate ko 12 years ago. Eric Manalo. Anong achievement niya? This guy personally sold over 3 billion worth of properties, not locally, majority internationally. Siya ho ang expertise niya with Century Properties. Siya ho yung nagtayo ng mga branches from different countries, name it, in America, in Europe, in Middle East, Oceania, Asia, no? Yun ang expertise niya. Siguradong hindi kayo matatalo. Sa apelyido pa lang, di ba? Mananalo talaga kayo. He just published his 2 books, no? The Principle of Success Attitude Principles, no? So, again, that's Eric Manalo. He's going to share with you his platform, how he was able to sustain yung kanyang sales leadership, at bakit kilala siyang international motivational speaker. Meet Eric Manalo. Next. And of course, my youngest trainer, 25 years ago. Ang tawag ito nung dati, transformer. No? After inspiring Eric Manalo, ito naman yung astonishing Gary Galvez. By the way, pastor na ho pa siya. Pastor Gary Galvez. This gentleman, at the age of 18, he was sent by his mother company in America. Filipino ho yan, but nag-migrate na elementary pa lang. So he was raised, he was educated, he studied, and after many, many years in America, at the age of 18, he was assigned here as international sales director. And of course, timing naman siya during that time, no? Dung time niya, doon na-introduce yung condotel concept. Kung kilala niyo yon, yung Primetown Property Group, no? They were the first company to launch yung condotel concept. And this guy, after working with me for 3 years as one of my senior trainers during that time, challenge siya ng mga Primetime Property Group, yung mga Yap Brothers. Sabi niya, kung magaling kayo mag-train, baka magaling lang kayo mag-train, subukan mo nga na gamitin sa actual selling. So, he was na-convince siya. And immediately, at the age of 21, he was appointed as one of the vice president. Since may expertise siya sa recruiting and training, he was able to build an organization wherein in 2 years' time, personally, he earned 30 million pesos during that time. So tandaan nyo in our generation, wala itong mga 2 to 5 years sa equity. Dalawa lang yung term sa amin, either spot cash or spot down or equity. Ganun lang, kaya mabilis ang commission. So I will share with you, paano siya nag-build ng ganung klaseng organization ng mabilis. At may surprise siya, how he lost what he earned. Di ba? So, maganda yung kanyang transformation. Kaya ang tawag ko sa kanya, Pastor Gary Galvez the Transformer. You'll be astonished, no? As far as what he has done and what he has been doing and how he was able to bounce back. Na ibalik more than what he has earned before. But yun nga, ang maganda sa kanya, meron na siyang mga spiritual component, no? Holistic na yung approach niya.
Siguro Sir John, unang tanong, ako na lang muna, no? Sir John, kasi po ito ay gaganapin doon sa Cebu or sa City Sports Club. Is there any chance po sa mga kasamahan natin na wala sa Cebu?
That's the beauty of technology, di ba? Of course, there's no substitute for a live face-to-face interaction. But siyempre, cost-wise, mas mahal, di ba? Magra-round trip ka pa, mag-i-stay ka pa rin. But for those people who wants to grow fast, no? That they will be able to eliminate trial and error, pwede silang umattend ng live face-to-face with these people. And for those who cannot, meron, because of technology, meron na tayong online version via Zoom, no? That's the only difference now between live at saka between online version. And of course, the cost-wise, it's half the price of the live seminar, no? Kung tayo, mga 11,950 per pax for 2 days with buffet, snacks, material, certificate, workbook, and all the presentation material ng ating 8 resource person, sa atin, mga more or less, mga kalahati lang ang cost ng online via Zoom, around 6,000. So basically yun, Richard.
Sir John, kung may mag-avail ngayon, doon mismo sa Cebu, pupunta, magkano po if sakali?
Okay, since they spend their time here, no? To spend their 30 minutes to 1 hour of their time, basta mag-register ho kayo ngayon, I can still give you the early bird rate natin that was launched 2 months ago. In other words, bibigyan namin ho kayo ng early bird registration at 9,950 instead of the current pricing ngayon, which is around 11,950. Limited lang ho kasi yung live audience dun up to the maximum 100 lang. That's why tinataas namin yung investment involved as the date is coming, no? Nasa 60 to 70 na tayo rito
Ayan. So far guys, ito po yung natin, details. So pag kayo po ay pupunta mismo sa Cebu, so ayan, 9,950. And then pag sa online, by the way, ang online natin, Sir John, anong oras ba mag-start?
Officially, mga 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. yan. More or less. Yun ang
exciting to. Nakita ko na so many people will be attending.
Those who will attend this, sasabog ang kaalaman ninyo.
If you attend this, make sure you are decided to really level up and level up with your career and committed to be a champion.
Kasi pag nakita mo yung roster din ng mga speakers dito from different backgrounds, different successes, different stories, different strategies, and here's the best part. It's an investment that surely will give you the return that you are looking for.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very exciting, training that will happen soon. And that's a good combination of the old and the new, di ba? So, and we will combine that. What is the new, adaption, okay? How to adapt the new technology, combining the old technology. So, it's so exciting, and I always believe that experience will really sells everything. Okay, so the experience of the past and the experience of the present. So yan, exciting to. Nakita ko na so many people will be attending this kasi they want to know ano yung past na pwede pa ngayon and ano yung future na gawin natin na i-combine natin ang past.
For me, based on my personal experience, if you're really serious in changing your life, to improve your financial future, to discover who you really are and what you can do to unleash your potentials, you have to attend. It's a must you attend the programs of Sir Jun Garing, so that even though we are born champions, but if you are not trained to be champions, that's a different story. And this is where Sir Jun Garing can deliver the programs that we really need as Filipinos. Imagine mo kung every Filipino are trained like by Jun Garing. I could just imagine the chances of more success, diba, sir? The Filipino people would be a better individual, a better husband, father, salesperson that they can be. Yes, sir. And that's what I firmly believe. It's really a must to attend the training.
I was mentored by Jun Garing himself, and of all the things I've learned led me to making hundreds of millions in sales. I was about almost 20 years old when I made 30 million under Jun Garing. And to this date, I still bring all the lessons that I've learned from him. You see, that's the best part. You should never stop learning. Albert Einstein even said, if you stop learning, you start dying. And the only problem when you stop learning, I think it's just yourself. I think it's called ego. I think it's called you don't want to grow anymore. Ako kahit anong edad ka, and I challenge you, regardless of your status in life, regardless whether you're so rich, you still want to learn. And attend this Euphoria, and there's so many things to learn.
I'd like to invite everyone. Another very rare event, occasion, or learning session, wherein you get to listen and maybe interact with not speakers, but practitioners. Kasi diba, others sabi nga, you practice what you preach. These are, they preach what they practice. Okay? They preach what they actually practice. This is not classroom training. These are going to be a lot of sharing of actual experiences, actual challenges, actual strategies on how they overcame their challenges. So, but make sure that this will just be the first. If you attend this, make sure you are decided to really level up with your career and committed to be a champion.
Well, I think if you want to improve your business, it's really ideal na umattend ka. If you want to increase your knowledge, I think it's good na umattend ka. If you don't have an experience at all, it's really best na umattend ka. If you are still struggling sa tagal mo na sa industry, in whatever industry, and I think, Richard, we really have to clear this stigma that this is just for real estate people. No, this is for people who wants to become champions in their field. Kaya nga ang tawag natin yan, the making of a Filipino sales champion. In any aspect, in any endeavor, in any career, this actually is for you. And I think the challenge remains here. Ang layo naman, Cebu. You know what? I want to challenge that one. Concert nga, napupuntahan nyo, wala naman kayong napapala. Nag-i-invest kaya kayo, papunta ng Boracay, gumastos lang kayo. Maraming tao kasi mali ang pinag-i-investan. Bakit hindi ninyo puhunanan ang sarili ninyo? Bakit hindi mo puhunanan ang isang bagay na magdudulot ng possibly millions in your career, in your lifetime? And I think that's where you will see the maturity of people as they do their business. Meron sa Euphoria? Asan? Sa Cebu? Anong petsa? Sige, magkano registration? Sige, magbubuk na ako ng plane ticket. You know what? That is the attitude of someone who will become rich and successful someday. As compared to those who's got the poverty mentality, ang mahal, ang layo, wala kang mararating. Kasi ang utak mo hanggang dyan na lang. At alam mo, ikaw ang dapat umattend sa Euphoria kung ganyan ka mag-isip. And I want to take this opportunity to invite everyone. Listen, don't miss this event. My life changed when I learned about the Jun Garing School of Professional Selling. I learned so much. A lot of people say, Garing, ang galing mo naman. Hindi nila alam na umattend ako ng training. Hindi nila alam na pinalo-palo ako ng taon na yan ang pangalan na Jun Garing. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, pwedeng ihubog pwedeng magpa-mold ang mga taong gustong magpa-mold. So why not join us on September 16 and 17, this coming September, sa Cebu at the City Sports Club, Cebu Incorporated. You know, I'm excited to see you guys, and many people will be excited to be with you. So don't miss this event. Register now, be square, or be there.